Hi there, and welcome to this episode of the Action Figure-Atorium. My name is Mark, and today I'm going to do a bit of photography of this guy. It's a little tiny rubber Buddha that fits on top of a pencil, and we're going to set up a little kind of magic garden thing, and that will be coming up on today's Action Figure-Atorium. And back again. Hello, viewers. We're here in the studio in Milwaukee, Oregon, doing a little bit of toy photography. My name is Mark. The show is called Action Figure-Atorium, in which I photograph action figures and toys in general, or sometimes we just kind of paint them up. So what I'd like to do is to first show you what we're going to be doing today. And we're going to be doing some photographs of this little Buddha. And I'm kind of inspired by the thing that I did Monday, which was this, hold on a second here, just turn that down a notch. Monday, which was this thing where I did a kung fu battle in the clouds between an anime character called Natsumi and a little tiny Yoda with a lightsaber, and he's going kind of like this, and looked kind of cool. Never really came out that great, but it did give me some sort of ideas to do some more like in the cloud kind of shots. So we're going to be doing some more with this. It's bamboo fiber. You guys can see that. And I've got a handful of magic rocks. And there's a few extra little set pieces I have. There's this little kind of rope bridge that I did a kind of a quick paint job on, gave it a little extra flavor. Of course, there is the tabletop cam. Right, look at that. And we'll occasionally cut to that. Or if you want the fly on the wall cam, here we are. You can see the whole cyc in the studio. And of course, there is also the desktop cam, or subject cam, excuse me, in which you can see what the camera sees. So we're going to take that, switch back to here, and we're going to start off by taking my Panasonic GH3 camera. I'm going to put it on the foot, as we are going to be doing a little bit of still life, and the foot goes into the shoe on the tripod. We'll raise that up. So let's see where to begin. Let's switch over to this cam. As you guys know, I have a little wireless keyboard I use to switch with. Do it all myself. It's just me. There are no extra personnel involved with the production of the show. And so, as a result, I thank everyone who watches it with patience when sometimes it gets kind of wonky and weird. I'm going to be using a 16mm wide lens to begin with, which sometimes looks great. It just depends what you're working on. And hopefully it'll look great today. Move the little cam over there. So we're going to we're going to throw some rocks down. We're going to make it look like this Buddha is sort of zenning out in the clouds. Make a little rock garden for this guy. And a little position over here. This bamboo fiber is amazing. If you guys do any kind of toy photography, I recommend you get some. Works for snow, works for a lot of things. Let's see, how close can we get to this guy? Alright, he's pretty tiny. We're going to have to move him considerably closer. If I want to get him in the frame at all. Alright, let's go full in. Alright, it's time to switch to my subject cam. There he is! Just that shot alone. And I know you guys love it when I do the focus. I think that's in focus. It's hard to tell. So it looks kind of cool. It looks like he's sort of, it's kind of cool misting effect. You may need to work the rocks a little bit more. Just elevate them up. And it helps that he's elevated but not, it doesn't just look like I took a little rubber guy and stuck him on some rocks. And move over a little bit. See if any other set pieces fit in here. Like that little thing in the back. Looks cool in real life. Doesn't always work out. Let's go to this cam for a second. And you can see that we're just about ready to set some lights on this guy. Take my two key lights, stage left, stage right, bring them in. So you can hear setting lights on this guy. I'm gonna come in from the sides. I like to go down. Just depends what you're shooting. And of course, every time you move your subject, you need to relight. So let's cut back to subject cam. There he is, the Budai. I haven't set my ISO or white balance yet, or any of that. I'm just framing him up. Darker. I can open up to 5.6. My ISO is really low. It's at its lowest setting. Auto white balance sucks. I'm going to manually set it to 5600K. And now I can, no, I'm still stuck at 56. Let's see, shutter speed. .1 exposure. And this is nice to shoot straight across and really get kind of that cloud type thing. You can just sort of see the rocks. Of course, I'm looking at them on a tiny little screen on the back of the camera here, and it looks cool to me, but when you take it up on the desktop, sometimes it's not always that great. All right, let's angle our lighting a little bit, adjust our keys. I'm going to slowly modify the key lights into a bit of a, make it a little bit of a side fill. I like to do product lighting because I'm a student of eBay, and I try to make things look like they look like in real life and as clean as possible. But when you're doing photography for recreation, what you really should be doing is going for interesting lighting. And what I mean by that is try and make something that sort of, you know, only sort of you can get, if that makes any sense. So that means moving the lights around. It's fun to not get glare, which sometimes just means backing off. And let me just make sure that I'm only at my low setting. And I'm just moving the lights right now, trying to get enough light on the Buddha without getting too much glare, without getting them too dark. Now I do have some other set pieces. Here we are back in fly on the wall shot. You guys can see that I've got some other crap run in. I've got a castle here. We're going to paint that. That'll probably take like 3 or 4 days to paint. Also got this, you can see it here, it's this weird plushy dragon who who could be in the shot maybe. It's kind of cool. I've got these statues we used on Monday. These like little, they look like they're concrete dragons. Could throw those in with the Buddha. I've got a bunch of lanterns. I'll show you guys some of this stuff. So we've got things like this. Sort of hanging lanterns. It's kind of cool. Maybe rig something up for that. Or, I didn't mean to walk off frame, or like this. Cool little ornament. Could be used. Or, what else do I got? I got this little thing. Could hang there. I've got, of course, a China ball. But I think what we need for this guy is maybe some outdoor scenery. So I've got some you can see I've got a drawer of Here's the brick. I might just scatter these about. Now let's go to our subject cam. Yeah, a little bit, not really. Weird crystals with them? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, why not? Okay, now how about this? To go. All right. Go. I had two. In my set box. Weird. Here. Looks like he's just. What do you guys think? Some interesting light. Oh. And they also force the Buddha down. All right, hold on. Really trying to make the little pedestal thing here work. All right, that looks pretty good. This little thing actually looks like wispy clouds. And he could be facing the camera. He could also be in focus, too. And we all... Where is he? I don't like it when he's in focus. And the tree... now needs to be a little bit higher. All right. Don't worry. We've got text. And I guess you should put him in the center. And the tree can be like that. Alright, so this is exciting, folks. This is starting to turn into... This is turning into a shot. I'm going to take a pic of the Instagrams. And hold on here. Toy photography. We're going to take a little break. I will be right back, folks. of All right, I have returned. My volume is cranked. We'll fix that. There. Still too loud. Hold on, folks. There's a way to fix these things. You turn them down. All right, so we've put a new lens on. Popping up here in a second. And I have to adjust my aperture quite a bit. Get my ISO down. We now have the medium lens. This is a variable, not a fixed lens. This will take me all the way to 85, or I can go to a wide, around 17. We're going to push in all the way. I hope the audio is working. Looks like it is. Had a little trouble with the other mic. Had to swap them out. All right, but we will finish today's show. Going on about 37 minutes. Got some nice boot eye shots. And go up a tick. I feel like I need to get the head on this guy lit a little better, so I'm gonna adjust my key lights here. You guys can see what I'm doing. A little bit of focus. And we're going to adjust this guy a little bit. Make it so he looks comfortable and natural. Let us switch back here. Do some wider shots. Tree in the background is pretty cool. I like that. Could use a little wash on it to make it look a little more photorealistic, less like a toy. Speaking of photorealistic, let's fluff our clouds a little bit. And frame this guy up. Take some shots in the middle. Float some bubbles into there. This is a great lens. This is the Canon 17 to 85. Really recommend this to folks. All right, let's zoom back out. Reset our focus. Get some wider shots. Get some medium shots. And, you know, once we have it set, you just kind of move the camera around a little bit. We'll go up and kind of point down one of these. always good to focus every time. I do like having just a little bit of the tree in the shot. I could go lower with the tree. It's a little too low. Wish I had two trees. I wish I had something to put on the other side of this guy. Let's look into the drawer of misfit crap. Don't have anything. There's kind of this weird thing. Let's see here. Weird Christmas trees. That. I got find a lot of toy palm trees. There's that. This might be cool if I can find. All right, hold on here, kids. Look what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a tree. Look at that. All right. Throw that in there. And all right. Back to the subject cam. There it is. Move this in just a little bit. Make sure he's in focus. Got a couple of trees. We could bump this in maybe a little further. What you don't want is you don't want it touching on the character. And this is kind of cool. Sort of turn this to make it complement the rocks. Up a little bit would be great. I just set it on some of this cloud material. Set it on this. Balance it on some crap here. No. It's a little funky. Not the best possible thing to set something on. All right, hold on while I find a little better platform. It's not quite so high. Let's try this. All right, here we go. Switching back. What do you guys think? Is that a little more boot-esque? At this point, the guy's, he's not going to do anything, so you got to kind of just move your rocks and your trees around to get your cool shot. And you can kind of rotate the tree, as I'm doing here, sort of making it work. And let's just try a couple with some different ISOs. And different widths. So we're going to just vary the shot a little bit. We're just going to angle it down a little bit. Frame him up. Make sure he's in focus. And then there's my ultra wide. And then let's just punch in as far as we can get. Let's move my my tree there. It's really sits nice out of focus in the background. The little wisps of cotton look like mist and clouds. Hopefully they look like mist and clouds and not like pieces of cotton. This is kind of the shot right there, folks. This is kind of the show. The white balance looks a little funky on one monitor, looks pretty good on the other monitor. I'm looking at it now. He's at kind of a weird angle. It's rock behind him. I can move it without effing this up. Putting him there. I wonder if he does he sit like that? Yeah, it doesn't look as good. It looks better when he's on the rocks, doesn't it? About center. Let's punch in a little bit more. Let's get that. I'm going to want to use this tree here to be sort of my, sort of create a frame. And so let's move the camera a little bit. Let's tilt up a little bit. We'll get a little bit of the cotton in there. Quickly snap one. There we have it. That's our shot. It looks pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. Not sure what else I can do to affect this to get something different, but I think it's sort of what you'd expect. It's really nice because of the colors, the green on him and the green of the trees in the background. Can I get a little bit more tree back there? Maybe back a bit. And take this over. A little bit like that. Make sure he's in focus. I do like getting a little bit of the clouds in there. I think that's a big part of the shot. I think this could scooch a bit over that way. Man, there. That's really nice framing. The trees act as a kind of a halo around him. There you have kind of our generic Buddhist shot. I'll just take some more for variety. It might be that I want to maybe tilt up over this action. Maybe I want to tilt up even more, since I did raise him up off the ground so that I could do shots like this. Let's see here. Something like that. They're all about the same at this point. They're just little small variations. I do like the little trees in the background though. I think that that was kind of a coup. Using real rocks I think is important. I do have the fake plastic toy rocks. They're not as good. Having the medium lens, the 85mm lens really helps versus the wide lens. The wide lens is pretty difficult with toys unless you're trying to get like a road with a whole bunch of stuff on it. A lot of characters jammed in from one side to the other. We can try some with a little lower ISO. If we feel that that makes our background a little less white, a little more gray, and you know, in case I want to replace it with something, it'll be easier to keyframe it out, but not necessarily necessary. And I think the only other thing I could really do would be if we tried something like, all right, stay with me here. If I had something like this, where I just had a different angle of him, the tree behind him. And so maybe I can recreate that real quick this way. I'll put this back here, and I'll move the tree directly behind him. No! And what we're gonna do, I don't need that rock. We'll just put him at an angle. Yeah, so you could just maybe sort of vary it up like this. A little bit, I don't know if you guys can see what's going on here. Similar kind of shots. Just turning the character and moving the trees a little bit. Maybe we get them from this side. I don't like it when this rock is hiding him. Oh my God, boot her down. Boot her down. Get back up, buddy. Oh, a nice flat rock. Oh, look at that. So now we're getting to just some sort of art shots. It's no longer in the center of the frame. The trees are no longer making a little picturesque thing around him. In fact, I may want to just maybe gone completely. We may just put the center tree behind him. And maybe we let people vote on their favorites. Yeah, look at that. How about that? Is that wacky or what? So, there we have more interesting shots. Let's raise up. Let's tilt down. Let's raise up again. Let's tilt down some more. You know, it's tough to balance this guy. Yeah, it looks, the tree looks more like it's coming out of him. Maybe that's his enlightenment with the world. fluffy clouds. Not so much on that shot. If you want to put them in there, it's part of the production. Use everything you have. Maybe try a little from this angle. All right, we are coming up on the 1 hour mark in a few minutes. Be wrapping up today's show. We'll be back Monday. The Sunday paint will probably not happen, as I got a client in the studio. Give you time to go back and watch old episodes. Oh, look at that, he's still kind of focused up. If you can, give a follow on Instagram and Figure-Atorium. And Twitter, same handle, Figure-Atorium. If you're watching this on YouTube, know that I stream this on Twitch. I try to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It does change as I'm in a professional studio facility, which I run, and I have clients who book the studio, and they come first. It sounds weird. The clients come first. So I'm in here every day. There's no clients. And if I have a booking, I take the day off. And maybe I reschedule for another day, or just take the day off and let people know that we won't be doing it that day. But I do love support from everyone. If you visit my website, actionfigure-atorium.com, there is a way to support the show, the channel, the website, the brand, etc., and that is you can become a member, an associate fellow of my Action Figure-Atorium Club. Basically, I believe it's a $10 one-time fee, and I will send you a card so that you're a card-carrying member, and then it's up to you to walk around and show people your card and talk about the joys of Action Figure-Atorium, which, let's be honest, it's quite joyful, is it not? I believe it to be. Those great shots. Alright, I'm fixing a light. Light has been fixed. Well, that's all for today's show. We are coming up on just past the hour of 2 o'clock. Started at 1 today. Thanks for everyone who has shown up and watched the stream. Hope you learned something. Hope you had a good time. Check my Instagram and Twitter accounts for shots of what was done today. This guy. We'll show you the finished product, and I'll probably be posting a couple of these as they look pretty good. They came out pretty well, and I will see everybody next time around.